Hello, everyone. Larry Bailey here, Awesome Technologies, Inc. Welcome, welcome. It's 4 o'clock on a Tuesday. That means we're going to get together as a community. Let's see who's the first to hit chat. Everybody's rolling in, and it's Kevin Metcalf. Way to go, gang. Thanks for coming. As a community, we meet here at Mortgage.Community every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We generally have a topic, but this is honestly an open Q&A. So the way that you interact with the conversation is either by using the chat feature here found in the community, or if you have something you want to talk through or share on screen, just let me know and we'll bring you up as a speaker. You don't have to have a camera on. I just always have a camera on me, but you can just do audio if you want. No big deal, no pressure. Today's topic is checking out your personas, organizations/users, milestones, and user groups. And this is a continuation of our self-health check series. Say that 3 times fast. And really it's me just kind of reinforcing some concepts that I do share with clients when I work with them directly, or when we do a workflow or a settings review. Some people like to call it a health check. I don't necessarily like that. From a professional standpoint from my side, because it goes well beyond what is healthy. It's really all about best practices. So that's why I want to bring this thing to you. So I think that kind of gives us the introduction. Quick question. Who is actively diving into Encompass web settings? Let me know in the chat, like who's actively doing this. I am now working with, at least potentially, we're working with a couple of companies from a B2B side where we're actually supporting the vendor to help you as a customer deploy Encompass Web for EPC, because it's big, right? And so a couple of the usual suspects, and there was a question here in the community earlier that was thanks very much. I think it was Robert who answered. He gave us a really nice summary of the automations that he's putting in, which was super awesome, and he listed out 4 of those things. You'll find that in the community if you search for have you built a workflow engine rule yet? And really what that is talking about is, in order to build a workflow engine rule, you don't have to use EPC stuff. You can use a workflow engine rule for enhanced conditions. You can do it for also for task-based workflows, which I'm super pumped about. And of course, you can use it for EPC, Encompass Partner Connect, for ordering services, and then also updating services, which is really, really interesting. So some of the chats, looks like Patty and Jill are setting things up in EPC, which is great. Luba's setting up OB and MI companies. Luba, I'm curious with that, are you going to be using the load balancing or the order balancing for the MI companies? Or are you just going to let your folks kind of pick and choose? Kevin's trying to set up some notifications. I can tell you that I think Jill and I went round and round on notifications. First of all, set it to priority. I think is a lesson learned, right, Jill? We're still fooling around with that to see what can work. So definitely set the high priority, but you only get 150. So it's like, I don't know if that's a good number or not a good number. Yeah, Amy, set it to high priority and see. We're going to actually talk about this as a group. So for those that don't know, we actually have in the community, there's a course you can sign up for. It's a one-time charge. It's $4.99, and it's Mastering Encompass Web Essentials. So basically, it's me running through all the settings like I normally do for all the settings, except we focus in on just web. And not only just the settings, but twice a month we meet as a group. There's an open chat line to help you with support. And I go in and help you understand how to make the move from desktop to web. Because we've been on desktop now. I actually talked to one of the original, I haven't verified this, but I met a guy and he told me he was part of the original sales team with Sig and Jonathan from Encompass back in the day. And he swears it was 2004. I've been trying to hunt down people who were still alive that for when Encompass came online, but he says it's 2004. I think I got the thing in 2005. But regardless, my point is that it's decades, right? It's pretty damn close to 2 decades of everybody using desktop. And as much as everybody was begging for the web, and now the web is here, everybody's kind of kind of getting jittery. So our job is to kind of keep them smooth and get them through it, that kind of a thing. So Kelly asked, Angie said only for EPC services. Kelly says, have done some vendor setup with EPC. So who's really psyched about all the data that you can get in there? And then we're going to get back on topic. I just love talking about the web because I'm just a geek. But how about all the data, right, Jody? I mean, Jody, Jody, who are you guys using for appraisal vendor? Like, I looked at the Rigora integration. I looked at Lodestar's integration. I've looked at, what do you call it, CoreLogic's integration with Mercury Network. Like, finally, all this stuff is phenomenal, the data writing back. So I'm curious who's going to write like the mother of all workflows that spawns other automation like conditions. Like one of the fields I pointed out in the recording in the class was Mercury's integration pointing out a condotel. So now you can actually, you hope your underwriter would catch that on an appraisal, but if it's in the data coming back from Mercury, bang, you can fire off an enhanced condition to make sure your underwriter knows that it's a condotel. Maybe that's okay, but maybe it's not. And so that's the way it runs. Let's see, going back to the notes here, we talked about setting your notifications up to priority. Kevin says, finding out some vendors say they're running EPC aren't really ready for prime time. Absolutely, it's brand new, Kevin. Cut them a little slack. They'll get it. They got till October 25, right? Lubis says, does web settings course restart from the beginning at some point? So you can join the web settings course anytime you want. It's self-serve videos. Every time we do an update, just like in Mastering Encompass, I'll update the videos for the course, for the lessons as needed. But you can jump in anytime. There's no starting or ending. We meet, again, twice a month. There's always ongoing conversations. So feel free to join, or anybody. And Amy said that for me. See, Amy is just on the ball. Mercury has put theirs on hold, not adding more users. Kevin, thanks for the update. Jody says, plus no longer needing users to input items, so more accurate data. Yeah, Jody, and it's really important. And I do talk about data being trustworthy. And so if anybody who runs a database understands that data's got to be trustworthy. And if you're getting the data from the source, why are you letting anybody else touch the data? Like, stop. Right, Jody? All right, good deal. So let's go back to topic here. We got about 21 minutes left. Show of hands, how many of your users have more than one persona?